What's good? It's OG Drip, man. You're new to that channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button. Also, go ahead and hit that bell, man. This is a channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis. So today, man, I was reading through the comments, and I seen one of you guys asked about the angelic number 333, which I like. So I tell you guys, if you all have any questions, just comment down below. I'll make a video about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to it. So when we start talking about angelic numbers, we have to understand one thing in this universe. Coincidences is not a such thing. You know what I mean? I don't even see why it's a word. But either way, it's not a such thing. Things is happening for a reason in your life. Numbers is starting to come out. And you're not just seeing these numbers by mistake. You're not just seeing it on your mail, your address, your tag. You're not just seeing it everywhere you go. It's like these numbers is like darn near throwing themselves at you. It's not a such thing. These is literally codes and messages from the ascended ones, such as our ancestors, such as our angels, such as the ascended masters, or whatever you want to call it. Today we're just going to call them all spirit guides. So these is messages, right? And each message that is being sent is sent through numbers. So when you start understanding numerology, you have to understand that each number has a frequency that is being sent at. So it sends at a certain part of it. Like it's like basically sending something off. And it's like, boom, I'm sending it, and it got this amount of energy holding it. And if you could grab it or read this message, you can obtain the energy that's coming through. You know what I mean? So basically, it's just like ways and like a text message form. So when you think about the spiritual world, just know that things happen there first. So like this would be their form of text message. Way quicker, way faster, way more accurate, everything, right? So when we start saying the number 1 is what we're going to start at. So when you start thinking about these numbers, just know that when they basically like there are more numbers repeating itself, is at a different multiple. So you have to keep that in mind as well. So when I go through these, they might sound the same, but you have to keep at an extent that they're a tad bit a little bit more different. You get what I'm saying? You'll see what I'm saying. But either way, number 1, this represents masculine, positive. You know what I'm saying? Positivity, independency, leadership, ambition. Also, it could be start new beginnings. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to dig off and separate yourself from everyone. You know what I mean? And as people, some people don't like to admit that. But further is when you're starting to see these codes, they're just letting you know what part of life you're on right now, basically. Like letting you know what frequency you're riding with. So when you start seeing the it start to double itself. I'm gonna start with just giving you a great example real quick. So when you think about how the number 1 is, it could be such as you need new ways to do this job. Maybe you need to stop doing this and start doing this over here. So a whole cutoff of what you actually doing, a cutoff of your friendship. You know what I mean? Not necessarily saying we ain't gonna never be friends again, but hold on, let me cut back real quick. Let me cut back on the fam real quick. Let me focus in more on myself to become more within the skills that I have going. For example, if you send this number, you're already starting to go through this. You already feel it for the most part. You get what I'm saying? So that's why these numbers is helping you get through. So whenever you're done with this mission, you will see the numbers seem to fade. And now you see other numbers may start popping up. And you may start to pay attention to that code. That's why I say I'm finna go through each and every single one of them. So when you start thinking about the number 11, it's like it's multiplied. But the number 11 is the master number. So when you think about the number 11, it's just like 1 plus 1. So it's a multiple again. So it has the one frequency frequency is being sucked off of, but it has a little bit of 2 frequencies coming in as well. So you know what I mean? So you may find yourself like literally have to start to kind of enhance your skills, start to kind of show you a little light. You know what I mean? So now that you're starting to get more in tune with yourself, or aka more woke, you can start showing it. You know what I mean? Start showing it to other people, start trying to reach out, because when you're starting to do this, you're gonna experience a little ride. It's like a seesaw. It's like ups and downs to it. So you're gonna have some real fulfilling moments where you're like, yes, I did that. Then you're gonna have some real like moments. You know what I mean? Where it's like really get you down and really like make you have to realize that, remember, that number is still here because you're working on, like I said, that like a seesaw. You're working on your gut intuition right now. So you're starting to try to get more intact with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So your higher self, or however y'all want to say it. So when we start thinking about it, it's just like the same thing as when you start saying angel number 333. I'm just trying to keep this video short too. I could get super deep. So when you start seeing this is being like to the third power. So now that you don't basically you're figured out your path of life right now. Now that you probably done got a job and you probably know what to do and how to do it the best. So now it's time to start teaching others how you doing it. And now when it started coming to you on a vibe note, like such as new beginnings, like with friendship, you may find yourself having to cut away. Like, you know what friends to cut away. You know what's not good no more. You probably was friends with them your whole life and didn't realize it until now. Now that this number keep popping up, now it's like, boy, hold on, boy, in my gut, I have a bad feeling about that friend. Trust me, go with your intuition. You already got it now. So now you know, like, hold on, let me step away real quick. Something is 9 times out of 10 is up with what that person is going on. Because you know why? The more spiritual you become with yourself, you come from the dark first. Without the dark, there's no light. And that we have to understand that. So at the end of the day, the darkness is going to be out here. But you have to learn how to just, you learn how to separate yourself from things and be like basically by yourself, independent for the moment or whatever it is, So you start putting yourself together like, okay, if I had to do this on my own, I would have the skills to do it. So even at a job, it could actually be going on like that. So pay close attention, man. So when we start talking about the angel number 11, it's the same thing, but now it's like, boom, you have a quad now, you have a square now. And I'm gonna make a whole separate video on this, not to get too deep, because this right here could go hours. So when we talk about 1111, this is letting you know now you there, but also now the manifestation rate is higher than it ever been. So you have to be very critical on what you're thinking. You have to make sure you're staying positive. You get what I'm saying? So when you're seeing this, make sure you complete this path, because it's trying to give you what you want. The things that you're asking for, the things that you're praying out for, or whatever you want to say, your spirit guides is like, yo, it's here. It's here. You just have to move away from over there real quick. And then after that, you can understand that. And then now you can come back to that and you can shine your light over there and your wisdom, your knowledge and about your gut and how things go. And now you will know how to, beam that light over there. So now you'll start awakening others. So it's like a job. You get what I'm saying? It's like the messages and the responsibilities and the duties you have to respond to. That's why shout out to my dog Dolo. If you ever go to his page, he say that all the time. God, duties and responsibilities. So people, we have things that we have to get done. So when we get this mission, it's like, yo, we're not checking it off until it's done. So it's like the angels like, nope, you still ain't dead. You there, but hey, we need you to go ahead and complete it. So we go ahead and get you the next task going, because life is tasks and we got to keep it going. It's work here. Same, hey, as above, so is below. Hey, as below, so is above. So it's the same thing. We putting down work here. We have to put work up there. You know what I mean? So these not just called angelic numbers, and numbers is not just here to just confuse people. It's not just here because they just wanted to hear. Numbers coming at vibrations, frequencies. That's why, like I explained on a previous video, when you see like your chart and stuff like that, the 9 bounce like this, the 1 bounce at a more downwards, a flatter curve. However, man, I was just saying basically of how each frequency and each hertz, like through music or whatever, you can see the little waves. You know how on some stereo systems you can see the little things pinging. This is being the notes that is being played, like the hertz that is being played. Say that for a whole nother video. I'll do it based off of music, because it'll get real interesting, man. And y'all will see how important sound actually is, man. But I'm gonna keep it short, and that's it for the ones. I'm finna just do 222. So stay posted in that, man. I'm finna try to get all these videos posted quick for you guys. I'm gonna try to make a separate playlist, so you'll be able to just go to them all together. And so when you start seeing these repeating numbers, you know exactly what to do, and you know what message is coming with the code, and you know what power and degree it is coming to. Oh, and another thing, man, y'all don't. When I was going through them, I was just trying to give you basically the frequency of how the 1 represents when it's in multiples of itself, like, and that's basically what it is. I'm not saying that's the order that it actually come in. So hopefully made it this far in the video, but I had was going through it, and I was like, dang, I should have explained that, you know what I'm saying? By me trying to focus in and explain so much about the number one and about the you know, the frequency that it send off, I don't forgot to tell you guys, it would not come in that order. It can, it's a possibility it could come in that order, but I'm just saying that that is not like how it comes. You get what I'm saying? It's not like, okay, I did the one, now here comes the double one. It's not like that. It comes in however it comes, however, whatever message, whatever path, whatever frequency you was riding for the most part, to how to dive into yours as an independent. You get what I'm saying? So that's why the one stand alone. So we have to remember that, man. And I just wanted to go ahead and add that so it won't be no confusion. Hopefully you made it to this part of the video. I'll try to put it in the description that you could come to this part of the video to understand that it might not come in this order or whatever. But man, also, if you want, just go ahead. I open up 2 more pages. If you made it this far in the video, that let me know you mess with me heavy. And I opened up the Life of Drip. It don't have no picture right now. It only got like I think like 3 or 4 subs, so you'll know it. And it got like a green tea or whatever. And then I also opened up a Twitch account. So if you guys on Twitch, like y'all like gaming or whatever it is, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual, but hey, at the end of the day, you never know who might want to watch it or who might be into that type of stuff. So it's Drip the Gamer 135, man. And that's it, man. I'm out. OG Drip.